From a personal point of view, can you give me an overview of how it all started for you to get to where you are now?
So, where this started was I used to come down here watching my son play football with his dad coaching him, and Megan, my daughter, used to come down with me. There were other siblings there as well, and they just used to be having a kickabout and enjoying playing football, very unstructured. And then Megan wanted to be involved in a team, so we had a look locally, and there wasn't any teams within a reasonable distance for them to join. So I had a word with a committee at Thackler here, who sanctioned us creating our own teams. So from there it went into contacting the county and having a Join Our Club campaign, which involved going into the local schools who were really supportive of it, and that culminated in a football festival here on the main pitch, which was a fantastic day, and out of that we got enough for not just one team but two teams.
Okay, so following on from that then, how, from a club point of view, what has changed at the club as a result of your involvement?
So in terms of how the club's progressed, I think in the last 2 years it's been a significant change for the club. So we've gone from having no girls teams. The club had tried it before, quite a few years ago, had enough for a girls team but didn't retain them. So to where we are now, where we've got under 7s to under 12s training and 4 teams this year in the West Riding County Girls League, it's been a massive change for the club. There's also the next thing that I'm looking at is to get that pathway, so from a junior club into the senior club, and that will sort of finish that full journey for me and for the club.
Yeah. So how did you go about developing yourself as a coach? So you started off, I take it, with no qualifications, and then did you go for a level 1 first and then take it from there?
Yeah, so I started off as I've got experience in coaching. I started my working life as a tennis coach. So in terms of approaching coaching, from a coaching point of view and talking to kids, I was fairly confident. But from a football perspective, I played at school, middle school, so a long time ago, and thought I needed to get some qualifications behind me. So I was very determined to do my level 1 before the girls' teams kicked off. So that was August 2014 when I went on that course. And then from there, I was one of the first coaches within the club to do the FA Youth Model 1. And also regularly attending CPDs, going watching other coaches delivering sessions, trying to pick up tips that I can bring back, using online resources, so FA Licensed Coaches Club.
Yeah.
If there's anything I'm not confident about in sort of technically delivering to the kids, I'll go and research on YouTube and get really good demonstration videos so they actually see reality of how it's meant to be if I can't show them myself. So it's using everything that's out there, really.
Okay. I'm interested to know, the level 1 that you attended, was it a female only course?
No, so the level 1 that I attended was the majority, I would say, the average age was 20 to 25, all male course, very
how did that
skilled,
make you feel?
Technical. It was very challenging, I think, personally, to join in. It felt a little bit like you were the kid at school that always got picked last in the sessions. So there was one example on the first aid course where you had to find a partner. I was sat in the middle. All the blokes on this side went that way and all the blokes on that side went that way. It was a bit like, okay. But it didn't put me off, and I think having passed it, it was more rewarding because it felt to me a bit like crossing the gender barrier. So it was like, I've not just gone and done it with a level playing field. I felt like I was having to make up a bit of extra ground.
Excellent. So, finally, Michelle, what advice can you give to other mums? So, firstly, mums that may be considering getting involved, and secondly, mums who maybe believe it's beyond them and that it's probably a man's game. What kind of advice do you think you could give to those two sets of
I would
mums?
say to any mums out there or any females out there wanting to get involved in the game, embrace it. There's so much support out there and so many resources that you can use. Just go do it, get stuck in.